Oh, it's Nick from Baton. How are you doing?
All good.
So here we have a 3-bed terraced house on Alexandra Street in Getley. This is project Alexandra number 2 because it's the second project we've actually done on this street. Let me show you around. So we have a finished product here, but there are a few little issues that we just need to rectify before the tenants move in next week. I'll talk you through them. I'll talk you what I think, how we're going to diagnose them, how we're going to sort them, and yeah, I'll talk you through the numbers at the end as well. So here we have a lovely open plan living area. I mean, it's absolutely massive compared to normal terraced houses. This terrace, your standard terraced house in the South Wales Valleys is around about 70 to 75 metres squared. This one has got about 90 to 95 metres squared. And I truly believe that is due to the width of the house, and you can just see it in this living room. So for here, we've gone for a nice grey carpet throughout basically the whole property, apart from the kitchen and the bathroom, which we've actually kept the existing tiles because they're in good condition and they look very good. And tiles are obviously very good for a rental as well. If I wouldn't put tiles down in a rental. I'd put vinyl down, but if tiles are already there, that's a bonus. So with this property, we usually go for white walls, grey carpets, grey floors sort of thing, and grey kitchens, but in here we've gone for a polished pebble. We've gone for a polished pebble paint and just given it a little bit more of a spruce up. To be honest with you, this cost an extra £200 for this whole house to have polished pebble, and it really does stand out and gains that extra rent as well, and that extra value. So what I'm thinking of doing it on every project now, to be honest. Here, another thing we've done, which we wouldn't usually do in our rentals, but I felt it needed it because of the big open space, was we've put spotlights in as well. So I think it gives it a really nice sense of light and space. Right, this is one of the issues. So we have a random damp spot there. I mean, what is that? The random damp spot there and there. And we've had a full damp. Obviously this wouldn't be rise and damp anyway, because rise and damp only goes up to around about 1.5 metres, but we've had a full damp proof course throughout this property. We've had a damp contractor in this property right at the end, and he basically said all the damp issues that we had, and we've rectified them all. Now this is really confusing. Outside there is actually a walkway that probably starts about here and it goes up like that. So my feeling is that there's some sort of issue where it's running down and it's seeping in somewhere and it's getting stuck in the wall, and we need to get it out the wall but also rectify the outside. When it's penetrating damp, you always need to rectify externally first and then do the remedial works inside. So yeah, that's one issue we have. We do have this issue as well, and that's why there's a dehumidifier here. We did think it was an issue that where the damp just needed to dry out, but it seems as if there is actually an ongoing issue. Now it's raining again in Wales. We can see that there's extra damp coming through. So externally, I believe what we're going to need to do is there's like a wall here that it seems like the pointing's quite bad, so we're probably going to have to repoint it, and maybe what we're going to have to do is, it's very difficult to get down the side to do re-rendering and do repointing, so what we might have to do is, it would be easier for them to get down there, put a cladding over it to stop any water coming in from the outside, and then obviously we can dry out the inside and then the tenants can move in. So this is obviously a very good sized kitchen as well. Nice double doors here out into the garden. And I'll let Nick show you the stunning kitchen we put in. So this is a Grenwick Trange kitchen. This is from Howden's. We usually go for this with a dove grey style and an oak effect, grey oak effect worktop. And I think it works really well, especially with the polished pebble walls, and the floor goes really nicely as well. And you can probably see why we decided to actually keep this floor. Running through into the bathroom. So this again is our sort of cookie cutter effect, is that we've gone for this style of suites that we get on Plumweld, rainfall shower, metro tiles, grey grout, dark grey grout always, and a towel rad. That's pretty much our cookie cutter effect that we've gone for again, so I think it works really well. So going upstairs there, we have 3 double bedrooms, which is very desirable and very rare in the valleys. You usually have maybe 2 doubles and a single. Sometimes you even have like 2 singles, maybe one a bit more on the double side and then 1 big double. But in here we have 3 doubles, which is pretty damn good. So So here you have what I'd call probably the second largest bedroom. In here you have the small double. I'm actually very impressed with the electrician on this one. He's putting 3 sockets in a small bedroom. And then, here we have the master. So yeah, this property is the second property we've done on this street. The property that we did just down the road got a valuation of 135, and that got its valuation of 135 when we were going through the legals with this property. It's a bit smaller, but it did give us, we were quite nervous to be honest, because we had a 160 end value in this. So when we got, it's literally about, how many doors down, Nick? Probably about 15 doors down.
Yeah.
And it got a 135 end value. So we were sceptical about this, and we were like, right, do we pull out of this deal because of that? And we just had to weigh up all our options, and we thought, hang on a second, we've got, this house is bigger, building relationships with the valuers around the area, and we've got solid comparable evidence to appeal, and solid comparable evidence if we do need to go to another valuer or do need to go to another lender. So we just went through with it, and we trusted the fact that we know the area and we know what we're doing essentially. So the figures on this property, we actually got this property through a corporate sale. And for those of you that don't know what corporate sale is, it's essentially, it's quite like a repossession really. It's quite like, it essentially is being sold by a company, and usually that company's a bank that's repossessed it off someone else. So it's essentially stays on the market, the property stays on the market until the day the keys are collected from the buyer. So there is a higher risk of gazumping, but you can actually get some really good deals because of that. So we purchased this property, yes, for £80,000. We spent around about £35,000 on the refurbishment, and that included a project manager who managed it all for us as well, which was very good. So it was a hands-off investment. And we've just had it valued at £165,000. So insane figures. And we've got someone who wants to move in on next week. Essentially, they viewed a house just down the road that one of our clients rented out, and they missed out on it because someone else went for it, but that was at £850. That house is on a main road and it isn't as desirable as this house, so they're going to be very happy to rent this at £850 per calendar month. So the figures are absolutely insane.